Hey, what's up, Pomfors? Welcome back to another video. My name's Pomzar, and today I want to discuss with you 4 features that I would love to see in the game that I think that will make the game instantly better. And with that, I kind of want to start a discussion. So once you watch the video, I would like you to comment down below to see, okay, what are your opinions on the features that I suggested to you, and what are the things that you would actually like to see in the game, and maybe there's something that I missed that you would rather see. And let's just have a cool discussion about it. So I'm going to just jump in. All right, so those are 4 things that I want to see. They're in no particular order, though the last one is probably the one I would like to see most. And I'm going to start off with something that I think I've heard somewhere else before, which is Spectator Mode, which basically means that, hey, somebody else is fighting and you can just join their fight and watch them. And I think that that would be pretty cool in all the battle modes. So you could do it in PvP, you could do it in co-op, you could do it in friend battles. And I think that would help out a lot of people. You have to make sure that the connection is able to handle it, because yeah, obviously you don't want to impair the connection of the 2 people who are playing. And that means that maybe you have to limit it to 1, 2, or 3 people that can just join and watch. But overall, it would be cool to watch other players. I think that would also be helping out clans a lot right now, because for one, they are training for tournaments. So imagine you can have a friend battle and you can invite 1, 2, 3 of your clanmates to watch the fight, and then they would be able to also give you pointers afterwards on, hey, in this situation you did this thing, but maybe it would have been better to do that thing, or you were constantly doing something and your opponent was then capitalizing on it, so that they can help you improve your playstyle a little bit. And also, when you're then in the tournaments, usually those are handled by moderators. So you have 2 clans, they play against each other, and you have like a neutral moderator or 2 from a different clan or from the organizers, and you could referee if you need to. You could just referee, and they could say, okay, this match is too laggy, we can stop it right here, or hey, you used Rising Rush but we played without Rising Rush, or whatever the thing is. And this would make it much easier to just get those things out of the way. Right now everybody's kind of required to record, but some people's phones get very slow when they record, it gets laggy, and that makes the game less playable overall. The other thing, what I would really love to do if you have a spectator mode, is that obviously the spectators are able to change point of view. So maybe you can even have like a third point of view. So you have like one, obviously you can see player A and player B, and you can see their point of view. Maybe the third one would even be like an isometric camera from the top, and then you see both players' cards that they have on their hand, their switch timers, and you can just watch it, maybe even in landscape mode, because that would make more sense with an isometric view. And with that, you could have a lot of fun, just watching this stuff. So that's pretty much it for the spectator mode. Number 2, and that's something that I've been wanting for a long time, and if you have seen my reaction video to video and stuff, I want guild PvP. I mean like real PvP, because they announced some dungeon mode where you can set your own teams, but then you play against the bot of the opposing guild. I don't want to play a bot, even if it's hard. Like in the current Goku Rush, the AI is annoying and they have like 500,000 million HP. I want to play real people, and I want to get some sort of reward out of it. So I would love to be able to set up tournaments with another guild. It doesn't have to be like 15v15. It can even be just 4v4. It can be 8v8 or something, and you just like put out your 4 or 5 best players, and you just duke it out there. But I think that would be awesome, and I think that that should be what guild systems should be about, because right now it's hardly about skills. It's really just about who can grind better, who can do more adventures, who can play more co-op. But it's not really about skills like as a player. And with a game that has such a heavy PvP focus, I feel like it should also be about PvP, or about how you play the game, rather than how many times you can click, farm a stage with skip tickets and farm medals, in order to kind of figure out, okay, which guild is the stronger one. And maybe you can even set up, the tournament in a way that both guilds are incentivized to do so that you can get some sort of rewards. Because if you have one guild that has very strong PvP players, and we have one guild that has very strong grinders, that's very heavily biased, obviously. But still, if you get rewards out to both of those guilds. You know, the more they play, the more rewards they get. And I mean, that's what they want, right? They want you to stay in the game for as long as possible. Then that should be a thing where both guilds profit from it. Obviously, the winning guild a little bit more, but you can get more of those guild coins. Maybe you get Z power, or you get a special costume if you have finished, like, I don't know, 10 guild wars, something like this. That's something that I really, really would love to see. And yeah, that's pretty much guild PvP. And one thing that's also missing that I've seen in Hunter x Hunter Arena Battle is a guild chat, just a chat. You know, you just have a chat room where everyone can say, hey, what's up? Anyone want to play? And what they did in Hunter x Hunter, what they could also probably easily implement here is that you just open, you open a lobby for a fight. And then whoever's in your guild can just check if there's anyone that is, you know, open in an open lobby, and they can just join, and then you can just play. But more on that later. All right, so number 3, and that's one thing that I think is also not super hard to implement, is for co-op. The first thing is, you already know that in PvP, you can get those praise points, right? You can get good game, good skill, and you can get good party. And I feel like the same should be applied to co-op. And here's why. First off, sometimes, you know, people just bring random units and now you can just disband, and that's fine. But sometimes you accidentally click, and it's kind of a dick move if you're already in the fight and then you leave. But obviously if you leave during the loading screen, that's okay. But you could give people good game, you can give them good skill, and you can give them good party or something similar as well. So you can figure out how good those people are at playing co-op. Because, and you should probably exclude like invite with code then, because that's the, you know, then people can just give each other good games all the time so they look better. But you know, sometimes it's just really annoying when you play with someone and then they die after 3 seconds because they don't pay attention, or I don't know, you're in a pickle and they don't rescue you, and then you die, and then you end up losing the match as well. So you could give people good games, good parties, whatever it is, after the game, and then you see, okay, this dude has 0 good games for co-op, I'm out of here. Or hey, he has 200 good games for co-op. That should go quickly. And with that, you know, you would be easily able to see, okay, is that a waste of my time, or should it be easy? And one more thing that they should definitely add, and I think people already asked for it, is like a redo button or like a rematch. So you play co-op with someone, maybe even from your guild, you invite them, everything goes well, even with a random, you should have a button that says, hey, let's do another one. And then the other person gets gets their invite, or they get whatever message that pops up, says, hey, this person would like to play again, do you want to do that too? Bam, here you go, and you just end up in the lobby right away. You can play another match and you can keep going, because co-op grind is tedious if you have to always just gotta get out. You have to click the invite button, then you go to guild, you go to the player, then the player needs to wait on the other side until the invite pops up, they need to accept it, they need to go through their team screen. All that stuff could be, you know, just kind of shortcut by saying, okay, let's play another one. Click, done. And that's pretty much what I think would make co-op much, much, much less tedious. And now let's look at feature number 1 that I think I would be really, really, really excited about. And that is a fully customizable friend battle. And here's why. Because sometimes, you know, sure, when you play tournaments, you use friend battles. But oftentimes you have certain rules you want to enforce, maybe even. So a lot of tournaments say we play without a Rising Rush. A lot of tournaments say we play without Feint. And you could potentially, you know, even enable or disable all of these things. So you could, you know, individually enable or disable Rising Rush, Feint, Paralysis, all these kind of things. So all the chance mechanics, basically just shut them out. And that means that whatever attack has a Feint on it, it just doesn't Feint. Whatever attack has a Paralysis effect on it, it just doesn't work. Maybe even Bleed, you know, whatever has like RNG in it. You can do whatever you like. You can, you know, individually mix and match and say, yeah, we're playing with Bleed because that's okay, but we're not playing with Feint, we're not playing with Paralysis. And this would help, you know, make the tournaments easier. What I would really love as well is an adjustable timer count, because right now we have 180. But what if I just want to train with someone and I want to make it infinite? You know, we just want to train some moves. Okay, you do this and I'm going to try and, you know, just try out different combinations to see, you know, what works well against a certain kind of tech stab or to a certain kind of, you know, pattern. And with that, also infinite HP or God mode or whatever you want to call it, so that, you know, you can just play forever and say, okay, let's try that again, let's try that again, let's try that again. And until you got it down. and then you just forfeit when you don't want to play anymore, right? And one more thing that also people ask for is just bring the goddamn Ultimate Battle Mode back, but bring it back in friend battles. So when we had Legends Battle Royale, you were able to just say, okay, LBR mode, click, here you go, and you were able to play with all units 14 stars, level playing field. Why not put that in friend battle as like an option? You know, just say, hey, customize, here you go. Okay, I want this, I want that, I want that, I don't want this. Okay, here we go. And then whoever joins can see the rules and they can say, okay, that's cool for me, I'll join. We'll play with 14 stars. Even maybe say, okay, 14 stars, and then you can add all Zenkai, all units fully Zenkai and Zenkai soul boosted. So if you have Majin Buu, but you have him at 6 stars, and you use that mode, you can say, okay, he's 14 stars and he's Zenkai 7 and he's fully soul boosted. Why not? Right? I think that would make it infinitely better, because the friend battles like this are usually only used for sparring and for tournaments. And when you want to spar, it would be awesome if you could get rid of that Rising Rush button. If you don't want to use Rising Rush, sometimes you fat finger it. You've seen it in my videos before. I've fat fingered Rising Rush a lot. And if it's not there, you know, they just take the Dragon Balls off the card and Rising Rush button is gone. That would make it so much less cluttered for people who don't want to play with it, because sometimes you just accidentally click on it. Some people click on it, you know, as a reflex. And if you want to do as a YouTuber or streamer, you know, you want to do viewer battles, you can just already exclude Rising Rush from the get-go, and that would be awesome. All right, and those are the 4 features that I think would make this game a lot better, in my opinion. Always my opinion, right? It's not, you know, that I state this at the absolute truth, but I would like to hear from you in the comments down below. What do you think about those 4 things that I just suggested you? What other things can you think of that you would love to see? And how likely do you think that that's ever going to be implemented? Yeah, let me know down below. And as always, if you enjoyed this content, leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Also head on over to Twitch, leave me a follow there. Link is in the description. Same for my Discord server. And I'll hope to see you all there. I'll leave you some videos in the cards, and I'll see you in the next ones. My name is Pomzor. Take care, stay safe, wash your hands. Bye, everybody.